Whoa. Whoa. What are we doing?
Don't eat it. Where you going, man?
Finally, the wait is over. And when we refresh, we can see the public IP right now present. So we're done with this part, creating the public IP address. Now we want to create the virtual network gateway itself. So we're going to come back and no wait, very important. We're going to run this command to create the virtual network gateway, the Azure side, the gateway from the Azure side. So this is done. Okay, route based, everything, then create the on-premise gateway. So pretty much same thing. We're gonna create an IP address, right? This command is saying create a public IP address to source group. This is the name, and this is the allocated allocation way, which is the dynamic. So this is done. We run this command to create the virtual network gateway, right? And every time you see a JSON reply back or JSON format return to any command that you ran, that's a good sign you're doing the right thing. So this will take care of the virtual network that is in the headquarters, which is this guy, right? We created the IP address, and then now we create the virtual network gateway, which is this command. Here's public, and then we name the subnet. So number 3 is the next. Okay. Then as you can see here, every time we do something, obviously it reflects on that portal. The last thing that we've done is we'll create a virtual network that is VNG, which is the virtual network gateway. Okay, ready to go. Obviously, this VNG headquarter virtual network gateway is, we've done that just here and it passed successfully. So now we go to the next step. The gateway creation will take 7 minutes. Okay to complete. So monitor the progress of the gateway. Run the following command. We're using Linux Watch command to run the AZ network gateway list command periodically, which allows you to monitor progress. Copy, we paste the command, and we see. Okay, so it gave us the same. After each VPN gateway shows provisioning state of succeed, you're ready to continue. Press Ctrl+C to halt the command after gateway is created. Provisioning state, it says updating, which is good. So we just keep waiting. Let's see.
Let's see what's going on over there. Okay.
Finally. So we've made it, successfully deployed the VPN gateways. As you can see here, it says the virtual network gateways must be successfully deployed before you start the next exercise, which is what we're going to do now. Control-C to go back. Now, the new chapter. In this section, you'll update the remote gateway IP address references that are defined in the local network gateways, you can't update the local network gateways until you've created the VPN gateways and the IPv4 address is assigned to and associated with them. You can use the Azure CLI command to check whether both virtual network gateways have been created. So obviously this is a list command. We're going to do this. Okay, great. All right, this is the query that says list me the virtual network gateways in this resource group. Query is stating provisioning state is succeeded. And then give me that output table. So it's pretty much, it's like a SQL query or something close to that. But it's a query bringing out information from within the database or within the information that is in your resources. Okay, and then here it tells us, remember to wait until the list of gateways successfully returned. Also remember that the local network gateway resource define the settings of the remote gateway and network that they're named after. For example, LNG Azure VNet 1, a local network gateway contains information like the IP address and networks for Azure VNet 1. Okay. Run the command in the Cloud Shell to retrieve the IP address assigned to this. A hint, we're talking about PIP VNG Azure VNet 1 IP address, or yeah, the IP address. PIP VNet 1, this guy. So the return should give us this IP address. If we copy it, just copy it for the sake of it. Okay, if we copy it, let's put it in this note. Just copy it here for now. If we come in and then we paste this command is requesting the IP address basically, right? So if we go back here and when we do the step now, we run the command, so it updates this resource, this network, to connect to the public IP address within this. Okay, so now that we're done with this, step number 3, run this command in the Cloud Shell to retrieve the IP address, IPv4 address assigned to this, right? PIP VNG is pretty much the same thing. So PIP VNG network, the headquarter network, which is this guy, it should be this guy, right? Okay, so we're gonna copy it. Done. Okay, so we're done with this. We're gonna do the same thing here and do the connection. So now these two, they're able to see each other as well. Now we create the connections. It tells us you'll now complete the configuration by creating a connection from each VPN gateway to the local network gateway that contains the public IP address references for that gateway's remote network. Okay, step number 1, create the shared key to use for the connection. In the following command, replace shared key with text string to use for IPsec pre-shared key. Pre-shared key is a string of a printable ASCII character, no longer than 128 character. You'll use this pre-shared key in both connections. Okay, so pre-shared key. Okay, let's do this and let's do generator. Why not? Let's see if it gives us something that we possibly can copy. Okay, let's give this a try. Okay, so I copied this here. All right, let's see. So if we're gonna do this, we're gonna remove this and let's use the shared key. Okay, let's see. Okay, that worked. Remember, the LNG headquarter, the local network gateway headquarter network, contains a reference to the IP address on your simulated on-premise VPN device. Run this command in Cloud Shell to create a connection from the VNG Azure vNetwork to the local, so the virtual network gateway to the local network gateway. Okay, let's see. So in this command, I would want to do this to see how it's gonna act. So we copied this in the note so we can modify it. Says Azure Network VPN connection create. So create the connection in this resource group. We're gonna name it Azure VNet 1 to headquarter. Okay, virtual network gateway, yes. Shared key, we will need to do to copy this here. So do the $sign. So let's see if this going to do the connection, if it's going to give us an error. Number 3, it says remember that the local network gateway Azure VNet 1 contains a reference to the public IP address associated with the VNG Azure VNet 1 VPN gateway. Okay, this connection would normally be created from your on-premise device. Run this command in Cloud Shell to create the network, the connection from this to this. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. Obviously, the shared key is the same, so we will use that same portion right here. So we're going to do this, and we will copy this portion in here. Okay, copy everything. I think this needs to have a space, and then we're going to take this portion only, do this, and looks like we were able to see everything successfully connected, and then we see this at the end. So that completes our unit 1. It's super easy for us to create a site-to-site VPN connection, and we've passed by how to do that and accomplish that. That's lesson number 1. Take care.